Hey friends, welcome back to Faith to Impact. It's your host, Dustin Hill. It's great to have you here and excited to be able to talk with you today. And one of the questions that I got the other day was because I was letting some people know about Faith to Impact, and they were wondering, so wait, is Faith to Impact, is that like Christian faith, or what does that mean exactly? And so, I had to think about that for a minute because, I'm Christian. And so I wondered, okay, is this really just for Christians? And, thinking through that, I talked to Amy about it for a minute, and we were kind of talking about it and saying that it's really more about faith in general. So really this show is not, just for Christians. And I just want to, share a quick story with you. So I was at a place the other day and I was talking to the lady there helping at the desk and stuff like that. And so as I was talking to her, she just asked me about what I was doing. And so I mentioned that I'm a director of software engineering. And that I also have been starting this movement and then have this podcast and the other things going on called Faith to Impact. And so she was kind of curious, well, wait, what is that? And so I went through and explained that. And I mentioned this, the other day on the show. But basically, I went to talk about how it's all about faith. It's about family and making an impact. Like, how can we be true to our faith? How can we be stronger and closer to our family? And how can we be, truly making an impact and really feel like what we're making impact as well? Because I think that's a big piece actually of making an impact, is just that feeling that you are making an impact and understanding what your role in your place is and all of that. So I'm excited, again, to continue to talk about these things. But it's just interesting because in that conversation, we didn't bring up Christianity or, Islam or anything like that. Like, it was just like, hey, being true to your faith. And so, when I look at some of the leaders in the world that are faith-based leaders, I really feel like that they try to do a lot across other religions, right? Maybe it's within Christianity, maybe not, but they're continually trying to work with other people and to stand true and stand together. And that's one of the things, and why I feel like this, the answer to that question is so important, is that this is not just about Christianity. It's really about being true to your faith. And one of the things I really want to do is just uplift and inspire people each and every day to be closer to their faith, to really understand what is it that I believe and how can I be stronger to it? Because I believe that there's good in every religion and that we can all continue to grow closer to one another as we do that. That's the one thing that I think is really interesting. I had a, teacher tell me, a while ago, probably, 15, 20 years ago now, about this triangle and having God at the top and then having, a husband and wife at the bottom, and it's like a triangle. And so you have God at the top. And so if you want to get closer to one another, what he talked about is go closer to God, because naturally, if you're on a triangle and you're going up towards God, then you're naturally getting closer to your partner as well. And so, that's the similar thing with this, is I really feel like that this show is all about, again, faith, family, and impact, but it's faith, like whatever your faith is, because even within, Christianity, and again, I am Christian, so we'll be talking about this on the show, and I'm sure things will come up that will show, hey, yeah, Dustin is a Christian. But the thing is, like, that's the thing, that we can all come together and we can all be a light to the world, which I think is really, really important, especially nowadays. I just feel like there's so many things that go on that are negative or they're dark, and together as believers, we need to stand up. We need to come together and be able to help one another and help the world as well. Like, we need to be that light. We need to be able to stand up for what's right and be able to come together and do that. And so that's why this show is not just for Christians. Now, if you're Christians, then great, it totally fits, but it really is meant to be a place where we can come together and we can figure out, how do we be stronger in our faith? How do we stick true to that? And what's been really fun too for me is, this next, in about a week, we're going to have the first ever Faith to Impact mini summit. So I'm super excited to bring together 5 speakers. It's going to be really fun. And on Monday, May 17th, I'm going to announce something really awesome. So, stay tuned for that. But I'm really excited because part of, I mentioned before Faith to Impact Plus, which is a membership of people that are really committed to being true to their faith and strong in their faith and closer to their family and making an impact in the world. And so that's what this, community community is about, and bringing these speakers in and having some, benefits as being a member and stuff like that. And so it's a lot of fun, and I'm super excited about all of this. But what's really cool to me is what I've started working on is really looking at those three areas of faith, impact, and family, and really figuring out how can I get better each and every month on that way. Because sometimes when we have so many goals and so many things that we're trying to do, like, it can be a little bit overwhelming. But I really feel like if you pick one thing in each of those areas, then you can really excel and see progress each and every week and each and every day. And so that's something I think about now is, okay, what is my faith? And for me, with my faith is I believe God has given us a body that we need to take care of. And so that's one thing I need to do better at, that I'm focusing on as part of my faith. And then family, trying to be a little bit more connected with Amy. And, we want to once a week be able to sit down, kind of talk about the week and talk about us and how we're doing. And so, continuing to make progress in that way, and then making an impact, for me, is all about the Faith Impact Plus. And so, continuing this show, continuing to build up that membership, and obviously 500 members by the end of the year. And then my goal for the end of this month is to have 20. And so I'm really excited to be able to hit that and have fun with all that. And so, but really the goal is, again, less about a specific religion. It's more about being true to your faith. And that's what this is all about. And so it's going to be so fun to continue to see this community grow, continue to come together as people so that we can support one another, help each other out, and be able to make a difference together. So thanks so much for tuning in. I hope that makes sense. And if you have questions, let me know. Definitely love to hear from you. And I will see you next time.